Ernest W. Mills was born February 6, 1935, in Georgetown, Illinois, to Harley and Lois Mills. He was very close to and always proud of his parents and three sisters, Norma, Donna, and Katie, and his nieces and nephews. During his childhood, he developed a love for farming and horses. Ernie always had a very strong work ethic, maybe from watching his dad as manager of 56 grab-it-here stores. He was encouraged to work at a young age, so he mowed yards and did odd jobs. As he got older, his different summer jobs included picking tomatoes for 50 cents a crate, working as carry-out boy for Grab-It-Here, working at General Motors, and working full-time delivering milk for Producers Dairy. Ernie was a 1953 graduate of Georgetown Township High School. It was during his time at Earlham College, when sharing an ice cream cone, he fell in love with Betty Eckler, and they married on June 16, 1957, 1 week after graduating from Earlham. She was the love of his life. Ernie knew from age 16 he wanted to be a funeral director. He was influenced and mentored by a good friend, Raymond Houghton. Ernie graduated from the Indiana College of Mortuary Science in 1959 and spent the rest of his life being a devoted funeral director in deed and heart. He was employed for 10 years by Doan & Son Funeral Home and Welfare Funeral Home. He and Betty purchased both funeral homes in November of 1967 and designed and built the firm of Doan & Mills at the current location in Richmond in 1974. Ernie truly loved funeral service and helping people, and he never felt like it was work. He knew this was his calling and had served those in the community with his whole heart. He was at the funeral home late at night for visitations and early in the mornings for funerals, while fitting in the running of the business, meeting with families, and being active in the community. He was an amazing husband, dad, papa, and always very present and involved with his family when he was at home. Ernie and Betty's daughter Beth and her husband David worked with and learned from Ernie for over 20 years and got to see firsthand how much he had impacted the community.
They worked together to design the building that we have here in Richmond. It was the second funeral home in the state of Indiana to ever be built as a standalone funeral home. Historically, they were always in larger homes and buildings, but they wanted one designed their way. And as we can tell now, they're pretty amazing because it's still doing very well, and it's been well designed and meticulous from the inside and the outside. He was able to grow it into the business that it is now. And that says a lot to his efforts and the energy that he put into it.
The business that we have today and that our community is blessed with is because of the blood, sweat, and tears of Ernie and Betty Mills. There was nothing ever too small for Ernie to do. I think back when he started the business, I mean, it was just him and Betty, his wife, and he had one other employee when they started. And so he did a little bit of everything. And I think just his dedication, his compassion, and his work ethic helped him be as successful as he's been. And that's why we're honoring him now.
Dark suits were worn out of respect, whether you were driving the hearse or meeting a family in the middle of the night. The facilities were perfectly decorated and manicured. He taught the staff to serve each family as if they were their own, to pay attention to every detail, and to always be sincerely compassionate. The relationship Ernie had with each employee was like family, and he tried to take excellent care of his work family. In return, he received their loyalty for 25, 35, up to over 45 years of service. This makes Ernie's life seem pretty perfect. In the early days of owning the two funeral homes, times were hard. A lot of times he did not know where the money would come from to pay a bill due that day. However, by the grace of God, there was always someone who wanted to pay a funeral bill early or someone who wanted to help him. Ernie had a lot of encouragement from business owners and friends in the community, and he never forgot that. He took the time to write letters to congratulate people or encourage them. Ernie never took what he had for granted.
We were always being asked to donate to other groups, And he would even search them out and say, what can I do to help, and how can we do that? But he always kind of did it in a very humble, very non-public way a lot of times, because he wanted to support that. They did so many things in the community. He absolutely believed it was his honor to serve in the community and to give back, and he wanted them to understand that he appreciates his position. They're helping him, he's helping them work together to make it better.
Ernie made friends wherever he went and always took a sincere interest in others and making people feel appreciated, loved, and left with a smile. He had an amazing ability to connect with people and provide comfort. Ernie had a mind that could recall everything and remember all family relationships. And he loved a good joke.
He loved people, and he loved being a helper to people and guiding them through such a dark time in their life. He has touched so many lives over his lifetime and career here in Wayne County. There is, in funeral service in Indiana and probably the surrounding states, there's not too many people that don't know the name Ernie Mills. And I think his love for people and his integrity and compassion helped build the legacy that will go on for decades to come.
He was past president of the 5th District of Indiana Funeral Directors Association and served many years on the Hightower Services Board of Indiana Funeral Directors Association. He served on the boards of Friends Fellowship Community for 16 years, Richmond Civic Theater, Wayne County Easter Seals, Hospice Advisory Board, Wayne County Welfare Board, and People's Federal Savings. Ernie considered it an honor helping families in the community and cherished the many friendships he formed during his lifelong ministry. Throughout his life, he was a member of Reed Presbyterian Church and later Central United Methodist Church, Richmond Masonic Lodge No. 196, Indianapolis Valley of Scottish Rite, the Murat Shrine, Forest Hills Country Club, Elks Lodge No. 649, Growth Upholds the Society Investment Club, Quarterback Club, Richmond JC's, and Richmond Noon Kiwanis Club, where he co-chaired the first Kiwanis auction and was a member for 60 years.
I think Ernie is deserving of this honor because he embodies that entrepreneurial spirit, the ability to live out your values in your business every day, and to sacrifice as needed to make that business better, to have that impact on the community, to take the risks that it takes to grow the business, and to just, at his core, absolutely love what he was doing every day and continue to do it as long as he possibly could.
I'm a believer that things happen for a reason, and I'm no doubt in my mind that Ernie Mills was placed in Wayne County back in the 50s or 60s, whenever it was, to do the job that he is being honored for here today. He is deserving of this honor because he followed the calling that was given to him, and he fulfilled it to the best of his ability. And the number of people that he has touched over the years and the love that people have for him, I don't think there's anybody more deserving of this honor than Ernie Mills.
Ernie enjoyed fishing, horseback riding before his hip surgery, anything involving ice cream, attending the races at Winchester, his second Model A, attending and supporting cultural events in Richmond, and hanging out with his 2 grandsons, Michael and Andrew. He was a perfect, loving, fun papa, always their biggest fans in sports and life. He had a very special bond with both and spent quality time with them, talking about his experiences and their futures and dreams. He would be happy for Andrew's recent engagement to Bree and Michael's recent engagement to Danielle. He had another special buddy, his great-granddaughter Avery, and he was there to welcome his great-grandson Arlo into heaven in December 2024. Ernie passed away on March 22, 2024. His daughter Beth shared, "As a family, we were very thankful to have shared lots of special moments, day-to-day life, jokes, fun vacations, many community events, and lots of love. Ernie is greatly missed by his family, friends, and the community, but his impact will continue for many generations to come. Junior Achievement is proud to honor one of this year's laureates for their 2025 Business Hall of Fame, Mr. Ernie Mills.